Om Sthapukaya cha dharmasya sarvo dharmo swarupine avatar varishthaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha. Om Namah Shri Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya namo namaha. Om Namah Shri Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya namo namaha. Arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. We all know that it is the saying of the great man Swami Vivekananda. But whose are these words? These words were of Thakur Sri Sri Ramakrishna Paramhansa Dev, the Gurudev and mentor of Swami Vivekananda. What do these words really mean? Arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. And what is the goal? According to the words of Thakur, the goal of every man is to attain the Lord, is to realize the God within himself. And once this realization comes, everyone will see that whoever is within himself is also outside. We have to go towards that goal. That is our destination. Our journey is towards God's realization. How can we realize God? And what will happen if we realize God? That is the topic of today's discussion. What is most needed before one can realize God is a continuous passage of thinking about God. Every moment of our life should be dedicated towards God. And how can that be? From the very morning we get up till the end of the day, if every work what we do, if we can keep in mind that these are the works of the Lord, in every footstep we go ahead, if we realize that it is for the Lord that we are doing all these, then we will find that not even a single step will be outside the God himself. If every man's thinking procedure, if he can reform it according to the ways of the Lord, according to his will, then I believe that every man will go towards God himself. If you see God as somebody outside yourself, for the beginning you may do so, but slowly and slowly, when you close up with him, when you go near him, when you attain that stage, you will find that he is not outside you, rather he is within your own self. The essence of every religion is to see within yourself. From this religion we transcend into spirituality. The more we see within ourselves, the more we try to reform ourselves, the more and more we realize God within ourselves. Everyone speaks about meditation and concentration. Meditation and concentration are not the one and the same thing, and it is not the same for each and every person. Every person has their own ways of meditating. Every person has their own center of concentration. Anyone can concentrate on anything. But whatever they do, or whichever way they go by, they should keep in mind that our ultimate goal is to realize God. That is the essence, that is what is needed. Why should that be? Because once, if you attain God, if you attain that state of godliness within yourself, you can even impart that to others. Like when Swami Vivekananda asked Thakur, "Have you seen God?" We all know that Swamiji went from each and every person to person asking the same question, "Have you seen God? Have you seen God?" There was an inner quest within himself, that was an urge within himself, that where can I see God? How can I see God? How can I feel Him? Once that yearning, you yearn for something that you are not getting, God Himself will reveal unto you. And this very same thing happened in the life of Swami Vivekananda. It was that very moment when he came to Thakur, Thakur realized him. In fact, in later days, Thakur said that Naren did not know himself, though I realized him, I recognized him. Swamiji didn't know himself, what was within him. But from the point of meeting Thakur, Swamiji slowly and slowly started peering into his own self, seeing what was within him. And that quest for God, that yearning for God, brought him to the Lord's feet. So if anyone who wants to realize God, if anyone wants to love Him, if anyone wants to see Him, if he has that yearning within himself, that no, I have got this human life, it is very precious. Why? Because it is here in this life that we can and we attain God. So when Swamiji told Thakur, "Have you seen God?" Thakur very, very clearly and very sternly he said, "Yes, I have seen Him. I see Him so clear as I see you in front of me." And not only this, what he says also, that I can even show it to you. How many people of us can be so strong and so firm that we can show somebody what we have seen ourselves? Yes, we can only do that on that very subject on which we have mastered it. That very subject, suppose if anyone can sing, the more into the depths he can go in, the more and more deep he goes into singing, it reveals within himself the essence of that song, the essence of music. He understands it very well, and once when he masters it, he can even impart the lessons of singing to others. Same is in the case of painting or any other works, you can say. Whichever you can master, you can impart that knowledge to somebody else also. But the person whom you are imparting, there lies a very big question. How much he himself is interested? How much he is interested in that subject? Swami Vivekananda had that strong yearning that yes, I want to see God, and not only see God, but feel Him and attain Him. I'll give you a very small example that as to what happens when you achieve God, when you attain Himself. What happens? What sort of a feeling you have, and what you can do with that. To start with, a person who doesn't know God, who has heard the name of God, but who hasn't seen God, how it happens? Suppose you have heard the name of a particular fish, or suppose any vegetable or anything, you have heard that name, but you have not seen it. One day when you are passing by a market, suddenly you hear that there are the shopkeepers who are calling out the name of, suppose, prawn. You don't know what a prawn fish is. Suppose you are going by a car and suddenly your car stops in the middle of a market and you hear that a shopkeeper, he is calling out, I have some good prawn fishes, I have got this fish. Suddenly you recognize that this is what I heard the name before, but I did not see it. I don't recognize it. I don't know what it looks like. And suddenly you look out of the window of your car, and you see the form of that fish. You see how it looks. You had heard the name, but you did not know how it looked like. So you come to see its shape, you come to see its form, how it looks, what are its colors, and what are its features. So then you acquire the knowledge that what I had heard before, I am seeing it in front, I am seeing it with my eyes, and I am seeing it in front of me, and this shopkeeper, he is introducing me to that fish. In the life of spirituality, the shopkeeper is our Gurudev. We everyone have our Ishta Devata, and the work of the Gurudev is to introduce the Ishta Devata with that person. Introduce him that he is your Ishta Devata through that mantra, through that name, that yes, this is the name that I am initiating you to the introduction of your Ishta Devata. And then you come to know that yes, he is my Lord. So once when you are introduced with that particular fish, your car starts moving ahead. As your car goes ahead, it passes that market. You start recollecting within yourself that I had heard the name of that fish before, but I had never seen it. Today I am very fortunate that I came to know the formation of this fish, and I know what it looks like. I know its name, now I know its form, I can see its color, and then you start thinking about it. You come to know about its name, you are thinking and thinking where does it come from, where it belongs to, whether it is a deep water fish or whether it is available in the pond. Whatever you are doing as you are going by in that car, it is not that you are closing your eyes and thinking. Your eyes are open, you are seeing everything, but what you are thinking in your mind is only about that fish. Same is in the works in our daily life of spirituality. We have been introduced with our Ishta Devata. We know its name, we know how he looks like, and in the daily works of our day-to-day life, we are doing all other things, but in our thought, we are always recollecting him. We are always thinking about him. We are always into that thought procedure. We have entered into that thought procedure. And that is what is very essential. Again, we come into that. Your car is going ahead. You are thinking and thinking about it. Then suddenly you reach your home. And when you go up to your lunch table, your mother tells you that today I have cooked that particular fish, prawn fish. And you are amazed that previously you had heard its name, now you come to know its form, and now you have in front of you how it can be prepared, how it can be given up, how it can be devoured, how it tastes like. Before that, you had just known its shape and form and its color, but now you come to know how it tastes like. And then when you finish your food, you go and sit, you take some rest. Suddenly, you get a phone call or you get a letter from one of your distant relatives that as that relative has passed away, he has left you with a big property. You are the heir of that property. And in that property, there's a big farmhouse and there's also a pond. And in that pond, you have a huge fishery of this prawn fish. So it comes so suddenly that you are awesome, you're struck with awe. That how could that happen? Now you are the owner of that property, you are the owner of that big pond of prawn fish. Now you have achieved that. What you can do with it? As you are the proprietor of that property, you have got the right to distribute those fishes to whomever you like. You have got that power that you can now distribute this fish to the villagers, to your known people, and to anyone as you like. And that gives you a lot of happiness that yes, I have it and I can give it up to anyone, whomever I like. Same it happens in the world of spirituality. Once upon thinking and thinking about God, once when you attain that big property of God, where He makes you the heir, that when He gives you the power, that yes, you have come to know me, you have thought about me, you loved me so much that I revealed myself to you, I have given up myself to you. You know, the Lord is so much, He is so much mad about His devotees. When He sees that His devotee is, that His devotee wants Him and Him only, when He is thinking about God only, then He comes and unfurls Himself to that devotee. As it happened when in the case of that relative, he gives up his property to you. He leaves you as the heir of it. God also gives you the power. He makes you the attorney. That yes, I have given my property up to you. It is now your own. Now you can do whatever you want with it. Once by that mantra, upon our job and meditation and concentration, whatever you call it, upon that thinking procedure that carries on and on and on, you slowly and slowly, you attain God. That is where we have reached our goal. Swamiji is saying, arise, awake and stop not till that goal is reached. That is the process where one can reach his goal. To attain God, because that is our sole focus when in this human life. That is the only thing that which we should want. Provided we must carry on all our household duties. We must carry on all our responsibilities. It is not that you can refrain from your responsibilities. It is not that you can say that no, if I am going into the path of the Lord, I will not carry on the other worldly duties. That will not be so. Because in every step we see, every time Avatar has come to our lives, we have seen that he has done his duties. Not even a single place we can see. Even Thakur was so much responsible that he had assured that Sri Sri Maa doesn't have any problem in life once Thakur passes away. He calls Balram Boshu and he tells him that you can take this money and invest in your zamindari, and you can give some interest to Sri Sri Maa. He thought so much about him. Avatar. He was an avatar. Avatar Barishtayo, Swamiji calls him. But still he is thinking that no, after his passing away, Sri Sri Maa should not face these problems. But Thakur told Sri Sri Maa a very important thing, that your hand, you should not do it like this. Your hand should be this way. That means you must give everything up to the world, not ask anything from it. Sri Sri Maa passed so much of hardships in her life. When she was in Jairambati, when she was in Kamarpukur, the people in Calcutta couldn't even come to know about what she was doing there. When Balram Bosu, Chunilal Bosu, all these people, when they went over there and saw the plight of Sri Sri Maa, they were hurt, that when they came back to Calcutta, they decided that no, something we must do for Sri Sri Maa. She is passing her days in so much of hardships, but Sri Sri Maa never told anyone that, see, these are what I am passing through, please come and help me. So one must carry on their household responsibilities. If he is a sadhak, he must carry on his responsibilities. As the car passes by that market through the lives, you are seeing everything, whatever you are sitting in the car, you are moving out of the car, you are going to your home, you are sitting down, you are having your food, you are going and resting. What are these? These are examples of our mundane life. Everything you must carry on, you must do it to the pinpoint. You cannot refrain from that. That will make you a perfect sadhak. Not to refrain from your responsibilities, carry them on. But within yourself, that thinking should be only of Lord, should be only of God. And slowly, when you think about Him, slowly, it will not drive you mad. It will not make you imbalanced, but it will teach you to carry on both responsibilities, as a sadhak, as a person of this world. As he says of Raja Janok, that in one hand he held the sword and the other hand he held the spiritual responsibilities. So that should be our ways of the life, that we should carry on in that way. And believe me, if any person, if he has that yearning, if he wants to attain God, God will unfurl to him. And this is the process through which, if one passes in life, I am very much sure that he will attain God, he will achieve Him, he will receive His grace, through which he can give himself up to the Lord, and God will also give Himself up to His devotee. That will be a vice versa, and that will where a devotee will be transformed into God, God will be transformed into a devotee. Because it is the strongest desire of God that His devotee be one with Him. They both come together, so that no other person can differentiate as to who is a God and who is His devotee. They become one. They become one. Jananing Sharadang Devi Ramakrishna Jagadgurum Padupadime Tayo Sritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu Pranamami Muhurmuhu.